Good morning, YouTube. It is currently 2:13 a.m. Back on the drive. And I was thinking about something the other day, and I figured I should hop on here and make a video about it because I thought it would help you guys a lot. And that's a little bit of anger management, I would say. For a base level term, if you want to call it. So let's start off with an easier scenario, just to make it a little easier to understand. But we all have different things that irritate us and stuff like that on multiple different levels, and we're all gonna have people in our lives that are going to cause us to be annoyed all the time, and they're going to do a lot of things and say a lot of things that really get to us, and kind of hit that soft spot or whatever. It can really be anything. And there's also going to be times where these annoying emotions and these negative emotions are going to be 100% justified, and not just like they feel justified, but they are on every level. It is justified for you to be annoyed at that situation. But yeah, on every level, it is justified for you to feel the way you do in that situation. But we can always take a step back and look back at ourselves and think, if you can't change this other person because they're not willing to change, how can changing ourselves change the outcome of the situation, change our emotions and how we feel, and potentially make it so that we don't have to deal with these negative emotions? And I'm not saying this in the terms of pushing off your problems, but erasing the issue so that it doesn't become a bigger problem. And a few different there's different methods you can go throughout. Some people will kind of push things off, or some people will kind of just let the person take the shots at them over and over and over till we build up, and then we break. And this happens with everybody. But you can always take a look at your current situation and where you are physically, mentally, financially, and think to yourself, if I wasn't in this current situation that I'm in right now, how would this argument that we're in currently affect me? Would we be in this argument? Would it be easier for me to get out of this argument, or whatever? I'm just going to use argument as a blanket statement, but whatever it is, how could you escape that situation if your situation was better? And I think almost always we're going to be able to get rid of that small problem if our situation in life was just better. Say you're in an argument with your boss or something, and he's irritating you all the time and constantly saying shit to you, telling you you're not working hard enough, and it pisses you off because you genuinely are. If you were to just continue to work harder there in order to build a more resilient mind, in order to teach yourself how to get more output out of yourself, how to get the maximum work out of yourself. And even if you really do feel like you're already putting in the maximum amount of effort, there's always more effort that can be put in, and there's always ways you can re-trick your mind into pushing more and getting more out of yourself. So you can teach yourself to become better for yourself and not for him. And in terms, you're going to be able to start your own business ventures and start your own companies, start your own programs, whatever it is. And this is going to lead to you becoming financially free and able to provide your own income for yourself rather than relying on your boss. Now that you've, created your new business, you've created your own income, this original problem you had with your boss doesn't mean anything anymore because he or she is no longer in your life. That person can no longer affect you because you removed yourself from the situation. So even if, like I said, it's 100% justified for whatever the fuck that... Okay, I'm going to try my best to pick back up where I was at. My SD card got full. Had to delete some old shit off it. Okay, so somewhere around back to where I was saying, you're in this, you're upset about this position that your boss has put you in, or that inherently you have put yourself in. But we're gonna go with your boss has put you in this position because he's always complaining at you for some bullshit because he's stressed out with his life and miserable, so he projects it onto you. Now, like I said, no matter what, if you were to just change your situation and change where you are in life, that no longer becomes a problem. You just are disconnecting yourself from that ever being an issue. So, and when you start to train your brain to actually think like this, you can find a lot of solutions and a lot of problems you have and a lot of things that annoy you that, really shouldn't be irritating you. And this is just going to lead to you being, an overall more calm person. Because now, anytime you're irritable, you're going to assess the situation and you're going to think to yourself, is this something that if I was in a better position in life, I would be able to escape? Is this did I bring this problem in on myself indirectly because I have not yet created the life I want to be? I have not become the man I want to be yet. So these are things that you really need to be constantly thinking about. And just in practicing this, if there are things where someone is directly going, attacking you or causing like attacking you as a verbally, not physically, but they're causing a whole host of emotions to go on. You're annoyed. You're trying to figure out what to do. Maybe they're trying to harm your character. They're putting out bad things about you. Whatever it is. Now that you have trained yourself to always look at your situation and think, how could I get out of this if my situation was better? The more like the process of thinking more and causing your brain to develop more is going to help you become a better problem solver and help you take a step back better from the times where you're irritated with something that is actually something you need to address in order to get out of that situation, because you've trained your brain to think properly and to think, how can I get out of this situation? So stop sitting and moping around and destroying everything and fucking beating all your shit up and breaking things and whatever it is anytime you get upset, because it's not really fixing anything. You feel like you're getting your anger out on whatever it is, and you feel better in the moment. But it's not fixing the problem for the next time this comes up. Even if your argument is that, there's no weight left on you from getting irritable. It's not like you have some sort of a weight that's being set on your shoulders from it. You're still not fixing the problem. So indirectly, it is somewhat causing a weight on your shoulders because you're not actively trying to teach yourself how to become better, how to manage this inner fire that you have better. And by managing it better, it's going to improve all aspects of your life, your business, your training, everything. You're going to learn how to redirect this energy and put it into different things. You go to the gym, you go to work out, you're trying to really drive this, this inner built up fire. When you're learning to manage your emotions, you're going to learn to be able to use them when you want. It's like having a superpower almost. So it's important that you guys aren't just exploding on every little thing that happens to you. Anytime a minor inconvenience happens that you're getting upset about it, you feel like you feel like everything in this world is crashing down on you. You feel like life is happening to you and that you're not in control of it. And the only thing you can do is really step up and say that, I'm going to take control of my life. I am going to push myself harder to get out of this situation. Because even if it hurts more in the moment to start the process to better yourself, it's going to be worth it in the end. Because by the time you get to the end of it, well, you don't have to deal with all the bullshit anymore. There's always going to be stuff that comes up, and there's always going to be more improvement to be made, but you're now in a financially free position. You can take care of your family, do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can just release this negative energy from inside of yourself and not be sitting around constantly paranoid about, how am I gonna eat tonight? How am I gonna get myself to work? How am I gonna whatever? And there's just some core foundational principles that if you change and if you really teach yourself how to master your mind, you can really get yourself out of this hole that you have dug. And you really can better yourself. And you really can just completely change who you are. And by the time you've gone through this process, you're going to be looking back and be like, holy shit, I don't know where I would be if I didn't start. And I'm so thankful that I finally did, because it is so much more worth it just to start now and enjoy the fruits of your labor in the future than it is to keep on wasting your life away now and then have to suffer in the future. The whole point of this is to end your suffering. The whole reason that you're drinking your life away, you're partying your life away, you're staying up late at night, is because you're trying to end your suffering, but you're just causing more suffering future down in your life. Why not make the sacrifice right now in a shorter period of time so that in your future it goes away and you can finally just breathe? Seems like it makes more sense to me. Have a good one, guys. Keep this in mind. Think about it. Keep on pushing on.